Okay, so it's kind of cold. I just got finished making like 2, 3 videos. But after looking at it and after going through it, I was like, you know what? I need to make this not only for other people but for myself, because I just got some crazy revelation. Like, I really like to get in my scriptures because it really opens me up, and it opens things up to where you can see it in plain view, and that's all dealing with trust. Oh shoot, that's also dealing with trust issues and trust with God. And it was talking, I wanted to talk about, I was talking about Pharaoh and talking about the children of Israel and how they were being so oppressed and everything was really bad. And they really wanted to be gone. They really wanted to be out. But when they got on their own and God delivered them, they didn't even know that they were really delivered. And it was talking about the power of walking away. And this is what I faced spiritually. Like, this was so real. The reason I thought about that with my ex, and even with the people that I deal with, the relationships, both foreign and domestic, whether it is a spouse, a job, everything else. This is how I don't know how it was going. It was just going just like freaking Israel and freaking Pharaoh and the Egyptians. It was just like that. I complained a lot. Like, I was just like, oh, I needed to get out, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. But then when you get released from something, your mind only knows how to function the same way that you've been functioning. Your mind has been trained to function this certain way. You've been around these certain people around this amount of time so long that your mind automatically goes into automatic mode. It automatically goes into that whole mode where you don't even think about things anymore. You just know. The children of Israel, and they say, oh yeah, they were so hurt and they were so, oppressed, which was already given to them before. But you got to think about when they got free, when God said, okay, after these years, I'm coming and I'm going to send somebody and they're going to get free. When they got free, they didn't even know that they were literally free. When they got in the wilderness, they thought it was the worst thing on the earth. They even complained and told Moses, like, at least I had this when, we had food, we eating manna out of heaven, from heaven falling on the ground, these bread things. At least we had this amount of food and this kind of food when the Egyptians had us. Take us back there and let us be slaves. After these people done beat you, they done dogged you out, they call you worthless, they make you dance in front of other people, they humiliate you, all types of stuff. But you're thinking about the little piece of dignity that you thought you had in your mind, by being around these demons, because the Egyptians were very boastful and very arrogant and very just really, for the most part, crazy. And after all of that, after all the abuse and all the hurt and all the everything else, after after Israel gets delivered, the people of Israel get in the wilderness and they see something that is different from what they know, and they're like, well, maybe I can't cope. It's easier to go back. So tell Moses and them, we don't want this. We said we want this, but we don't really want this. And it's like, take us back. We comfortable. We can't go this far. And it's like, no, that ain't what God happy. But I thought about that about myself. Some of this stuff, I was like, I asked for God, he did it for me. When I say he did it for me, he did it for me. But how I thought it was going to be did not turn out to be like that. When you get on this level, okay? When you get on this level, Jesus, You can't sit there and cry and talk about freaking a warlock hit you or this person done freaking wrap themselves around you like a snake and try to bite you. You can't sit there because some of these people, you trying to save people. Think about if Moses would have told them, what God had already told him before, like the children of Israel, they can't handle getting out, because when they went to the promised land was only 26 days away. That was a 26-day walk, and he was there for 40 years. But he had to get their mind conditioned, their mind changed. So he went the long way, put them through the Red Sea, because if they would have known, God already knew that Pharaoh was coming for him. If they would have known that Pharaoh was coming back for him, and, that was going to happen, they would have had a chance. And it says that in the Bible. They would have had a chance. They would have thought about turning back around in or surrendering and not fulfilling the promise. And God was like, I ain't letting that happen. So boom, that's how the water, he started telling, Moses and Aaron, about the whole staff and all that other stuff. So I thought about that. I was like, after I had made these whole things about walking by faith continuously, it was like, boom. It came up in my lap like, okay. I saw that little bit, but I know it had to be more to it. But I understand that I couldn't handle it at that time, and God had it all in control. Like, I felt like God, left me or something, or like I just disobeyed him so bad that it was just like he had left me. But in reality, it was just where I needed to be, because he was working on my mindset. He was working on my mindset and to get focused on him. No matter what it looks like, no matter what it sounds like, no matter what people say about you, no matter what they doing, believe God, trust and believe God. And it was just like, okay, I understand the power of that. I really do. Like, really do. Because, at first I didn't, like I said, I didn't get it. And I was like, why is this happening over and over and over? Like, and God was letting me know I needed to listen. I needed to adhere, and sometimes we as people, when we look at certain things, and we come up, like, we base all our judgments. If you look at Israel, that's another thing that they did. We base all our judgments. We base all of our predictions. We base all of our challenges based off of the previous experiences. Can I outlive this? Can I? Wait a minute. If you can crawl, then maybe you can walk. If you can walk, chances are you probably can jog. And if you jog, maybe you can run. And most people believe that because based off of they've done crawling before. So if that's the truth, then, and someone says this, then that's, it's possible. It's possible. But if you could walk and then you can't run, and someone tells you to, you can walk, but you never knew how to jog, and someone tells you to run, and you're looking like, what the heck? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, and you're not gonna want to do that because it's fearful. It gives you a lot of intense feelings. You get afraid of the unknown. That's just what Israel was. They was afraid of the unknown. That's what I had it with myself. I was afraid of the unknown. And some of that stuff, like, they had to learn while they were in the wilderness. Like, God was retraining their minds. And the people who kept saying no, they had already been trained no. So those people died out. Those older people, they died out. But the younger generation lived on and got into the promised land. Moses didn't even get into the promised land because he got so angry. So, yeah, it gave me some revelation on that. So, yeah, all the time, God is shaping you. He is molding you and getting your mind in the condition that you need to be in. And depending on who you're around and what you're around shapes it. Now, God might have somebody, and then what I was doing sometimes, I was basing some of my old memories on new situations that were only supposed to be memories to help me to get out of one situation and not all of the situations, and that's the same thing what Israel was doing. basing their situations off of that. And we all get into that whole little jungle, like, you know, well, I known this before. Well, things are different. Things are different here in this land. You know, when he took them to the promised land, he didn't want them to go back and resort back to worshiping idols or doing the things that they used to previously do. You know, it was a renewed mind, a renewed land, a new concept. You know, it was a new slate. That's what it was. It was clearing out a new slate. And all the people, and I had to remember, all the people who could not grasp that it was a clean slate, they all died, including Moses, okay? They all freaking died. So, to me, that was another lesson learned. Like, get on board, get myself in position. It's not my job or my duty to make sure that nobody else is in position. And when it's time to ignite and to do what I need to do, then I need to be ready, you know. So, yeah. I didn't have anybody, like, interrupting me or anything out here. I should have went out here in the beginning. Yeah. Hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Definitely stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem, and thank you so much.